This episode is sponsored by Moonlight Liquor, located 265 North Moonlight Road, Gardner, Kansas. Open Sundays from noon to 8 p.m., Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Moonlight Liquor is the biggest around with a square footage of 10,000 feet. They carry 48 cooler doors full of domestic and imported beer, a huge craft selection, including local breweries, also accessible through the walk-in cooler. They carry a wide selection of domestic and imported wines, including local wineries and an organic and sustainable wine selection. And of course, a massive selection of spirits and liqueurs.
And for you cigar fans, like myself, Moonlight Liquor has a walk-in humidor that carries a nice variety of over 30 cigar brands. With that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. So, oh, that was long. Oh. Yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. But, so, ladies and gentlemen, today we are doing something very different and something special. Especially for me, I feel that it's pretty special because we are sitting here live at J.C. Harmon High School today. And I brought my boys with me. My nephew, the No Solutions Productions, is doing this. And I was asked to bring my podcast to J.C. Harmon today since we are celebrating 50 years of existence. Harmon has been around for 50 years. And I think it's time that we start bringing people in and start talking. So today they're doing
It's an alumni / parent-teacher conference reunion style. So
conference.
A lot of the kids are coming in with their parents just for grades, and then they're having a lot of alumni come in because there's been a lot of renovations to the school within, the past, 50 years.
Yeah. I mean, it's, when we came in a week ago, I was pretty shocked at what they've done at the front office. It looked really nice. Looks really good. So I don't know if people are actually going to be coming through the office area.
I'd assume so because it looks like they're going to be falling through both sides because already you can see a lot of different stuff. And a lot of people you can see the reaction that they are just surprised because, not everything is old and shabby anymore. It's nice and shiny.
Everything's nice and shiny, but it's funny because they still have
some of the original parts.
They still have some of the trophies and stuff like that right along the gym area. As you can see right over to the left of the screen, there's trophies and whatnot from history, from going way back. I don't know, maybe from 73 to now. Because I know, actually, there's when they went to state back in 1990. They went to state back in 1990, and then I think there's a picture next to that one where I think it was the 89, my class, when they went. I should have been a part of that group, but I wasn't.
Was it basketball?
It was basketball, but I wasn't able to.
Ineligible.
I wasn't able to. No, we have to cut that out. No, I wasn't going to say that. I said that in the last podcast. No, I was going to say they didn't have my jersey number. So, they had my jersey number.
Oh, but someone else had your jersey number, so you didn't want to. He's like, I'm not going to do it if he's wearing my number.
He didn't want to give up the number, so I said, that's fine. I won't play.
Everybody know who the real 20. Oh, well, they ended up.
And I don't know. I don't know if they're runner up or what they were doing, but
is that a hand in the applause? What's going on over here?
Question?
You got a question?
Please.
He says currently on the
let's
couch.
Welcome the first person to come in, sit and talk with us, Mr. Isa Moreno,
son of a could have been alumni.
You can't hear that.
That was the wrong button.
It was crickets.
But you said you didn't play because they didn't have your jersey number?
They had my jersey number, but somebody else was wearing it.
So is that the reason?
That's the reason why I didn't want to play.
Wow. The pride.
That's the pride of that number.
Pride or pettiness. It's one of those two. Yeah. I had to get it from somewhere.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But that's funny. All this time, I didn't know your dad went here.
Yeah, it was for a short time. My dad might as well have been an Army brat,
What do you mean?
He was just like from school to school.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean by Army
brat. He went to Wyandotte Harmon,
Central.
Washington, Schlegel.
Schlegel. Yeah.
So probably went to some of the.
So he
Lakers
probably has a
schools.
lot of reunions going on this year, huh?
Heck yeah, right. No, I don't know what.
So yeah, he was that one guy who had a lot of graduation parties. 'Cause
Right.
he graduated from different schools.
he had instead of a double shirt, the split shirt, he had like 5.
Yeah, multicolored. That's funny.
That's a lot of love though for my brother-in-law.
But what are you most excited about for today? Because I know
You know
people
what?
are just coming in.
Actually, I just saw somebody from my class. He just walked by. He saw us talking to someone, yeah, I told him. I said you need to come and talk to us because this is gonna be fun. And he walked away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe maybe he'll come back up. But no, I'm excited to see everybody that's coming through. That not necessarily through my class,
Yeah.
but all the other classes. And I know I should have a lot of family coming through as well.
Yeah, you went to school with literally all your family. I don't think you went like a senior year where there wasn't some Garcia or some variation in the family line that was
Right.
here, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Dude,
So no,
there's
I'm
a payphone
excited.
back there.
Yeah,
really?
there's
There's a payphone.
Yeah, there's
Can you get it behind you?
that's. Can you
No,
see that
it's
payphone?
over his
Yeah,
left
you can-
shoulder.
You can see it
It's
right
that
under.
right there by the water fountains.
Yeah, that payphone's got, and I bet it's still a dime to use.
A dime to use. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what payphones are
You think it
nowadays.
still works?
First of all, they don't have
Oh,
payphones.
You know what'd be cool?
You know what? Go over there and
I
call
can
me.
call in
You can
and
call-
you guys get on the Bluetooth and we'll see if it works.
That'd
You
be
got a dime
funny.
on you? I don't got a dime. That'd be funny though.
No one carries his change.
That'd be the first payphone call we ever got.
I think that'd be the first
Last, too,
payphone and first and last on any podcast.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. We'll have to.
It's funny
There's
because
a
you
lot of
can
people
also see
coming in.
over his east side shoulder. So that back area where you can see under, Chris, switch it, under east side under the stage, or you see the library. Well, under that is all classrooms and building now because it used to be just a sea of lockers, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, they used to call it the Commons lockers. We had lockers down there that were yellow, and people used to come in and out through that area. That's the front office. They would come straight into the Commons area, and this is the Commons, the lunchroom or whatnot. And it's blocked off now, which is pretty sad. And actually, I think I was here. I don't know. I'm gonna guess maybe 10, 12 years ago, and I took pictures of those lockers because I just hadn't seen them in a while. And then a few years later, I hear that they took them all out and put classrooms in there, which is cool.
Well, how familiar are you with like the history of the gym? Because the last time I was here, everything was wooden. I remember the bleachers were still wooden. So I don't remember
Yes,
when they
you're
were
right.
changed. I don't remember they changed that because they're now the hard plastic that are in
Yeah.
like
And then-
regulation gyms.
And Eastside, didn't you come? Did Eastside come with us that time? I know I brought a few of the kids, I think from our basketball team, to come and watch Harmon play.
I don't know. I remember
Yeah.
coming here for a graduation.
Oh, okay.
I forgot whose graduation.
Well, it's probably mine.
yeah, right.
Oh, that was 1989.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
what was the first memory that came back to you when you came back
when
here?
I came back to Harmon, it's like the first time.
No, like
No, man, just
recently,
like
what
last
the
week.
first
when-
memory-
last
so-
week when we came and
Yeah,
scouted out the place. and we were
the first
looking.
memory is of course this area here, the Commons area, because this is where we
This is
used
where
to- This is where we would check in. Everybody would hang out, have a good time
Fight.
before that bell rang to go to your homeroom class.
Yeah.
So this was the meeting point.
Was
and
the
this
floor?
it was always packed.
Was the floor always this
Yeah.
cement?
Yep.
So you guys
Same-
breakdancing on here?
It's
or what?
I think we did do a little bit of breakdancing.
Come
in
on.
there.
You have
But
to.
you know what? The teachers thought it was fighting, so they would. They
Oh
wouldn't
yeah,
want to see-
everybody gathers around.
Well, it was
yeah.
dance fighting.
Dance
It
fighting.
was,
Yeah,
it
that's
was
right.
two
These-
rival groups.
right.
the
No,
vice
but I
lords
mean, yeah,
out
there
here.
was. But I don't believe there was much breakdancing. It was more of the pop locking and
Yeah.
It was someone
everybody
was still
would stay-
dancing.
Yeah,
They were still
yeah.
dancing, which
It was
is
the
awesome.
80s,
Everybody-
correct?
1980s,
Yes,
man.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was
Everybody
here
who
from-
had feather earrings
I
and
was- yeah, I
feathered
was-
hair.
Yeah, I was here from 1985 to 89.
Eyebrow piercing.
No, that was until the 90s.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that was
okay.
That was the
that was
90s.
like 96,
Yeah.
97
Yeah.
when I did that. But yep, I'm always we can get some people.
Yeah,
Come
I see a
in,
lot of people
talk
looking
about it.
around, so
Hey,
it's just a matter of time before we get one.
People are looking and they're so interested to see what's
I
going
know
on.
they see us.
But so many people are so shy of being on camera with these lights on us too.
Yeah.
It's a little
See, and
intimidating.
now, and this is what I was telling Marcos earlier is, man, I can't see, so I'm gonna have to put
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna put my glasses on. And try. Oh man, this is weird.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
I can
so
see
much clearer.
Yeah, I'm missing a lot. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is a library.
I didn't know.
I saw all those pictures up there, but I couldn't see who they were. Now now I
my
know their
God.
pictures.
I'm guessing anybody with pamphlets and stickers in their hands must
But,
be of
yeah,
the alum
so-
class.
So, yeah, so I don't know. There was a mural. Chris, can you pan to that wall, to the library again, please?
Behind East Side.
So, yeah, behind East Side. So, that white paneling back there with all the trophies or whatnot, there used to be a mural there. And, it, it's in 1973, and it had all kinds of cool stuff. I remember just seeing this.
I wonder if they tried to save it.
76. Yeah, I don't know.
What?
I don't
How do you
think
save
so.
a painting?
Well, most likely it was on drywall. If it was the wall, then you just got to cut the drywall off, and
Yeah. No, I doubt it. I don't think
it'd
so.
be hard, but
Because I think
possible.
if they would have cut it out, they would have put it up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That's just silly.
yeah, but see the guy over there with the badge, that's John Ross. I'm trying to get him to come over here, but he
said he would.
I
heard
know.
him. He said he.
I know. So
We'll just you'll just yell for him over here. Just John. Hey yo.
Ro, see that guy right there? Tell him I want to talk to him. His name's John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or security guard.
You can get both
John.
of them on too. John. He's welcome.
John.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, look, you guys see him?
Come on, hey, both of you guys can sit down. Yes, please have a seat, man. It's been a while. I appreciate you coming on. If you could tell us your name and the year you graduated.
John Ross, 1989.
1989, a number.
Yeah, 89 is fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, John. Good to see you, bro.
Hey, good to see you too, man.
Man, I'm glad you coming through because of the reunion or what we got going on
Yeah,
here.
somebody sent me a text about it, and I was like, let me come on out and see what's going on, and I said to my wife, I said, hey, that's Mario. That's the one that had the cast on.
Okay, yeah.
She said, the one that was dancing? I said, yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
That was What are you talking about dancing back? What do you mean by dancing?
At our 30-year
sorry.
reunion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a funny story because it was our 30-year reunion, and it was just a freak accident the weekend before. This old man right here just taking a shower, I slipped. Fall, all crooked, jacked my
you too old
shoulder
for
up.
that.
I know, right? And I say all crooked. I stood up, and I was like, "Oh man, I couldn't. I was done."
Yeah.
And then I had to freaking wear a sling
think,
to our reunion.
I think you and I go back to Argentine, man, because I moved here in 84
Okay.
from Philadelphia.
Okay.
And I lived off of 35th Street and moved to Argentine. So
Yeah.
we've been knowing each other since, 84?
Yeah, since 19.
It's a long time, man.
Dang.
Almost 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
man.
everybody's cool, man. We need
Yeah.
to see you at the poorhouse next time.
Yeah, you know what? And then that night, something. Yeah, I couldn't make it that night. I was in town, but it was just something else going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you guys go to the last one here recently?
Yeah, last
Because I know
month.
Kenya had sent out some things.
Kenya sent out. She didn't show up. Winston showed up. Dwayne
okay.
McDonald, Dee
Okay.
and all them.
Yeah.
So it was about 8 of us there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, so John, what do you think being back here? Has it been a while since you've been back in the building, or you've been here a couple
My
times
son
before?
actually went here.
Oh,
My
okay.
ex-wife went here. I haven't been here since probably 2010 when my son was here, but
Yeah.
a lot's changed, man. The
Yeah.
auto shop, I don't even know if it's still there, but the woodworking is gone. You know what I'm saying? Look how he's looking.
Really? The woodworking shop was down this way?
It's
Or-
right down there on the left.
Oh,
And that
yeah,
was
you're
like
right.
biology and art
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Because that was Mr. Bolden, right? Or who
No,
was?
he was electronics. I can't
But see, I think. Okay, I know. Well,
Mr.
I thought
Kohler
he
did auto
Oh,
shop.
you're right. Who did the wood shop?
I can't remember his name, man.
See, for some reason I thought it was Bolden because I know 1 hour he did woods, and then the next hour he'd do the.
Because I didn't have him for wood.
Oh, see, so I think it was Woods class that I
I
had
just
him
saw
in.
him at a funeral, man. He's looking good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's retired.
Okay.
Because
Man,
another
it's-
alumni.
Yeah, I hope
passed away.
he shows up.
Do you guys know if any of your old teachers are still teaching?
Oh no, I haven't seen him. No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, we just lost Mr. Bibbs here.
I went to his funeral.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we
And
just
then
lost
his
him here.
brother died.
No way.
Earlier this year,
Man.
who went to Wyandotte.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So 2 sons gone.
Mm.
But
Oh,
you know
man.
who was here? You know James Lemonade? You ever heard of James Lemonade? It's a local lemonade around here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But James is here. He graduated in 81 from Harmon.
He's got to come on.
I saw a
come
guy
on,
in all
seriously.
yellow. Oh, he's over there.
No, that was an actual.
he didn't.
That was an actual lemon. Yeah. Did your wife graduate from Richmond?
No,
She don't want to come on.
she's from
She's from
Missouri.
Mizzou.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all good. Yeah. And what, so you were out in Missouri and you just found her, or were you on this side and found him? How?
Nah, she
Nah.
don't come to Kansas.
Oh,
I
okay.
was looking for a house and found a wife in a house. So.
The wife came with the house. That's cool.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate you being here, man.
No problem, man. You know, we stick together.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of good times here, Harmon, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cracking jokes in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yep.
Pittman telling us to be quiet.
All the time.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling my nephew. Oh, this is my son Marco. This is my nephew
okay.
Eastside. Yeah, and they run their own production studio, and I start doing the podcast, and then now it's all going good too.
You want me on YouTube?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, sir. Yeah. We'll give you some information. Yeah, we're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple.
I'm at to subscribe.
Yeah, please
for sure.
do. Yeah, we're
I
under
got my
the-
own channel. It's like 2 followers, 2 subscribers. I just watch stuff, man. I don't post.
Okay,
stuff.
yeah. If you do,
Probably
yeah.
need to start.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah,
We
what?
can help you.
I'm sure.
Yeah, we can.
You got
we
a
can.
card?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got one.
Yeah,
my
we got
nephew,
some.
he'll talk to you here in a little while. What's your best memory about here at Harmon?
Oh man.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
graduation.
you guys. Graduation,
That
right?
was
Just
it,
get
but-
ready to get out.
No, man, I like the vibe, man. Our class was always hyped from 85 all the way up to 89, man. We rocked the pep rallies and everything.
Right.
It's funny you said that because before we were doing this, we were talking. He started playing the song that the band would play, and he's like, "Oh man, we should get so hyped to
Oh,
this
man,
song."
we
You know,
would get
okay.
hyped,
You know what? And I'm going to ask you this to see if you remember this. Do you? Okay, so that song. Dun, 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 do you know where that song came from?
No.
Seriously? Yeah. So Mr. Daniels found it was an old song by a group called Sun, and the name of that song was "Here Comes," or "Sun." Oh, I have it here. Here comes the sun, or something like that.
Wait, the Beatles?
No. I don't know what I did with that paper. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's called "Sun Is Here." So they would say, "Sun is here." Sun, you
So
know.
they
So that,
changed it to
so
"We're
Mr.
Here."
Yeah. So I think that was one of
Okay.
Mr. Daniels' favorite songs from back in the day, and he just made it our theme song.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know, and I mean, you'd hear that song, the goosebumps would go through.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
watching the guys doing their layups, and
And
you
we
know,
were stomping on the wood.
Right.
They took the wood out.
And we were talking about that too because they just restored it
so-
however long ago.
yeah, I don't recall when they changed when they took all the wood out of here and put the plastic, the
Colors are
plastic
different.
bleachers.
The hawk is different. You know.
Yeah,
Same spirit though.
yeah.
Same spirit.
Did you do any sports here, Harmon? Do you recall?
No, I didn't, man.
do much.
I didn't do any sports.
How about,
you know,
any-
I was like I said, electronics, auto shop,
Okay.
stuff like that.
So, yeah.
Wood shop, photography.
You know that one thing I know they had the auto mechanic class, right?
Yeah,
You
right
said the
down
school.
there on the left.
And nowadays, I tell myself I should have done that.
Uh-huh.
You know, luckily we have YouTube.
Yeah,
And so,
I do a lot of work on YouTube.
so I'm a certified mechanic now, right? Because you know you can see
Hey,
everything
I
on
just put
YouTube.
a hot water heater in last
Did
month
you?
off
Using YouTube.
University.
There you go. Say you certified plumber.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. You know, didn't even have to take classes at school. You just use it.
No, just YouTube it, man.
Yeah. So any clubs here in the school?
I did one
Did you?
club, but I can't even remember.
I know
what
I
it
did
was,
like
man.
3, and I can't remember any of those.
what that
I just
was.
I just took those pictures. I did those because I wanted to take pictures just to have myself more in the yearbook.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
here, you know, you get.
Yeah, I was kind of laid back, man. And nobody believed I joined the Marines and was in the infantry.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
good for you.
Yeah, I just got service 2016. I was
Okay.
in Missouri National Guard.
All right, well, thanks for your service,
my wife
man.
retired from the Air Force Reserves.
Okay.
So military family.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you guys. Thank you for your service.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's a government employee. I work for the city of Kansas City. So
Okay.
I've always had government jobs.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, you keep yourself busy.
Yep.
So if you could go back in the time, from 85 to 89, and you saw yourself, what would you tell yourself?
I would have said, go to the state championship because I didn't go.
You didn't go to
I
that.
didn't go, man. Everybody talk about what fun they had. I didn't go. So
You know, I went to that, but I made a mistake. Well, I made a mistake because I think if that was the same year, I wanted to be the mascot.
Uh-huh.
So I put that hot sweaty ass suit on, that hawk. Didn't smell good.
Oh man.
I couldn't see the game. I don't even know we won or lost. So I was like, come on. Yeah, and that was just.
I didn't know that. You were.
Yeah, I did that. I wonder
You're
if
a
that,
hawk.
I wonder if that mascot
That's
is
what
still
happens,
here.
man. When he gets around people he knew back in the day, these stories start to come out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you reminded me of
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
too.
You'd be surprised. I've heard a lot about my dad that I just didn't know over our podcast because I've been with him every episode, doing it with him, and all the people he's bringing back. I didn't know my dad did that. There's a lot of new stuff I'm learning
Yeah.
here. That is
my
hilarious.
daughter's the same way, man. I was like, one day I was bored. I was like, we had some blueberries. I'm gonna make blueberries from scratch.
Uh-huh.
She said, Daddy, I didn't know you could bake. I said, everybody had like foods or something,
Right.
man. Yeah, we know how to make pancakes and stuff from scratch. You know,
Yeah.
these kids, man, everything is microwavable.
Yeah.
So no, we had sugar, eggs, milk, you know,
Yeah, right.
flour. We could make something.
We just didn't have it. We just didn't have that powder in the box. And just had water. You know,
yeah.
it wasn't like that back then.
Add water. No, we
Yeah.
didn't do that.
So, did you take like a homemade class here at Harmon?
No, I had one in Philadelphia.
Oh, in
right
Philly.
before I came here.
Okay, yeah. See, because I didn't continue mine because I actually took in Argentine. Mrs. Herring was her name. Yeah, and I only took that class because my 7th grade year, I remember everybody was like, "Oh yeah, you get to cook and then you get to eat whatever you cook." I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" So that's why I had to take that class.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of stuff, man. They don't do now because I had to sew an apron. I'm sorry, I had to
No, you're
sew
good.
an apron and then use it for cooking class.
Oh,
So they
so-
taught us how to sew and everything.
Okay, yeah. So I
Dang.
don't think we did.
Oh yeah, we did a lot, man, back in the day. You
That's-
kids are deprived.
No, good for that.
We
yeah.
used to jump on our bikes, man, ride across town, and just come back before the lights come on, and
Yeah,
they just
exactly.
let us
That's-
outside.
That
to go.
too. I'm hearing a lot of stories about that as well because it's a
Yeah,
lot different than
yeah.
back then. Because
Yeah.
you didn't have technology, so you had to be outside.
Yeah,
you had to
just
go and
outside.
experience it.
Couldn't
Yeah, for
come
sure.
back in the house till lunchtime.
No. Yeah.
That's the way it was. Yeah. My story was my mom used to just lock the door on us because my dad was sleeping. He worked nights, so
Yeah.
I couldn't come home until
Couldn't come home till it's time to eat.
Yeah.
Then you go back out.
Yeah.
Use the bathroom out there,
Yeah.
drink water out the water.
Luck,
out the hose.
luckily I had friends. I go to their house.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
on those summer days, we go to their house because they
Yeah.
have the AC going. And
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to get out of here.
No,
man.
that's
no.
cool.
I
I
gotta
appreciate
feed
you
my
coming.
wife. She just got off a plane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But it's good to see you,
Yeah,
man.
good to see you. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, me too.
More handsome than your father.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
John. Yeah, if you could do me a favor, young man, if you can say your name and the year you graduated.
Hold on, Pop.
Okay, hold on.
Let you suck it out. Yeah, there we go.
Are we good?
Do it again.
All right. What's your name?
My name,
Yes, sir.
Don Garcia,
Adon Garcia. You graduated
class of 95.
95.
1995. So, ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman that is sitting here with us is my cousin Adon Garcia.
Nope, wrong one.
wrong
It was.
button.
I got it.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate you being here. Is it you solo or what?
Yeah, I just ran up here real quick. I was working all day from home, so
Okay.
I do shirts for work. So
Nice.
instead of them paying somebody
To do
to rip us
that's-
off,
And that's the way, yeah.
I
that's
stay
the way
home
to
and
do
rip them off. I'm just kidding. I just stay home and do
that's
them
good.
all.
it. Yeah.
Then I'm on the clock, so I'm answering emails, putting in work orders.
Okay, if you
still.
want us to add some of this later on, edit some stuff out, we can. Man.
You do the hats and
talking
all that too?
Yeah, I did the hat. These hats, Indios
Yeah.
hats.
Oh, that's the first. Okay.
You haven't seen that one?
No, not the white one. No.
Yeah, that's the
pretty
only
cool.
one I made.
Oh,
It got lost in the
lost in the
blizzard
shuffle.
of Newton this year.
Yeah.
It was
Nah, I
brand
did it.
new, and it poured down. It blew it from where the backstop all the way to the bathrooms. I was like, oh, somebody brought it to me. I was like, there it is.
Dang.
It rained bad that night.
Thanks. So 1995, huh? When's the last time you were back here and seeing everything?
I think 96.
So the year after you came back.
He had to come back to get his diploma, get stuff out of his locker.
No, so when I was here, I played the drums in marching band,
Okay.
and there was really nobody behind me. There was a couple young guys and stuff.
They needed you to keep playing?
So no, I
Oh.
came up and worked with them.
Oh,
A couple-
okay.
I think just that 1 year after Mr. Daniels asked me to come back, and a lot of the guys always did. Like when I was playing, they'd come up and help out, or just sit in or something. So I did that a few times, but that's probably it.
So all this seems.
That's cool though that you could do that because
Yeah.
sometimes a lot of high schools do that. They like to bring their alum and
Yeah.
play the band because I think it was way before COVID too. I remember coming to a Harmon game and yeah, some of the people that played in the band just jumped in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool if you can remember how to do that.
I bet I haven't picked up a pair of drumsticks like officially since '96. But I can still.
You know the rhythm's still there.
I
You
can
know the
still do
rhythm's still there.
everything.
Yeah,
I bet I could sit on a drum set and play it still.
I bet you could sit behind a bucket of chicken and eat them drums. Hell yeah!
Them drumsticks are delicious.
So now that makes me wonder if they continue with the school song like even through. So that same. Do you think that?
So you know the Harmon theme, dun 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 dun. So they still did that in '95?
Yeah. Mr.
Okay.
Daniel's still here.
Oh, see, I wonder when he retired. Yeah, so I hope that they kept playing it.
I don't know.
I don't know if they still do it now. You know what? Actually, I came
Who would know? It's
to
probably like Blue.
Little Blue.
Blue, Jordy was here. Jordy graduated from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would
Yeah,
know.
you know what?
think
I'd
they'd
have to
know.
ask them.
Blue wouldn't know.
What does Blue know?
Nothing.
Apparently, he knows a lot about football because he can't stop talking about other teams. That's all he does. Oh, they suck and they garbage. And I'm like, shut up. I'm going to have to block him. I'm blocking him.
I was going to
'Cause-
tell you I made a Dak Prescott cup. Did I show you the Dak Prescott cup?
Yeah, I did. I saw
It
that.
only lasted 1 week.
Yeah, of course. Of course, you sold it that quick. Now, you probably got a bunch of them. But no, I,
Broke.
you dropped it. Oh, man.
The handle.
No,
Kidding.
yeah, so, yeah, what brings you by? What brings you back to, this is the original nest right here. We got
Yeah.
the nest down
Yeah.
there, but this is the original
Hawk's
nest.
nest.
That's right, the
Right
Hawk's
there, it
nest.
still says it. Same one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can't see that other guy.
That's
Yeah,
what it
the
was.
nest.
That looks like it's from back in the day too.
That is.
Yeah, that was there before.
Is that the original? Is that
it
your
might,
hawk?
It might be the one that I painted up there.
What you
Before people
painted?
could draw.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't paint it. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
Nah.
that was before print-ons and all that other stuff.
But they took Joey, maybe it's inside there, Joey Gutierrez's mural with the band and everything. You remember that?
Yeah,
I
you
think
know
it's
what?
inside there.
I took a peek, but I didn't see anything. I don't know. But I really wasn't looking for it.
They updated everything.
What do you like down there? Because we were talking about the
Well,
lockers
what do you think?
that used
What do you
to
think
be.
of the commons? I mean, the lockers.
I guess you don't need books anymore.
Apparently,
You don't need
the
lock-
library stuff there.
No, I mean for
So if you look
your
at the
lockers.
look at the screen.
Yeah, now everybody got laptops and
Yeah, you,
iPads.
remember because
and crap.
back there's where all the lockers were, the yellow
Yeah.
lockers. Yeah, they put like 3 classrooms or
You
something.
could fit
back
like 2 cases of beer in one of those.
Dang.
there. I wouldn't know.
Said
That.
3 on a good day.
Yeah,
2
it
of them
is.
made it in.
And I think the library. I think the library is still up there.
Yeah.
You know
Yes.
what? I might have a couple of books that I probably could bring back and.
You ain't never read them anyway.
You're right. They're probably sealed up.
You know what book? It was The Outsiders. That's what it was.
If-
Where
Where's the
the
outsiders
lockers at?
That's an excellent question.
I think
So
they still have lockers upstairs.
They used to be all in there, all
Right.
upstairs, all downstairs against the wall.
Right.
I don't even think I noticed them. I was over there talking to Margie.
Oh, down that hallway too. Right there was
Yeah.
lockers.
All on the inside wall they had
You know
across
what?
from
I
the
don't know.
classrooms.
We
Maybe they
came
don't need
in.
'em.
We came in through this back door. The front office. Did you go through the front office?
Yeah.
Pretty nice, right? They've done a lot of work up though.
The office still looks the same to me. It was more wide open though. It didn't have all the glass and doors and everything.
right.
Yeah.
But
all
it
that's-
didn't have the double doors either.
No.
Right,
You know what
yeah.
I noticed first thing is the front entrance. Remember how
Yeah.
what it used to look like?
Yeah.
It was all stairs, and that's where we used to do all our class pictures.
You're right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Now you
yeah,
got to
they
climb
changed it.
trees to take a class picture.
He was sitting in the dirt, playing around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was when you were here? What was your favorite class? Do you remember?
I think band.
Band.
I had 2 band classes, and I used to go like 7th hour was the band class. Like I had percussion and jazz band.
Okay.
And the 7th hour was the band class, and we would always be in there. I don't even know how. We just walk in there, Mr. Dad, look at us like, me and Mike
You know what?
Hernandez.
And that's funny you said it because that's what I tell these guys is I'll be in my art class and as soon as everybody was in there, I talked to Miss Horner. I don't know if you remember Miss Horner.
Yeah,
She
the
was,
art.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd say, can I go to the gym? And she'd be like, yeah, go ahead. So a lot of times we were in the gym at least 4 to 5 hours out of the whole day, just sweating up
Yeah.
a storm,
We did that during baseball.
You realize that,
So now
that means
that's
you only class
interesting.
for 3 hours, Dad. That's so terrible.
So it's interesting that you said, because I guess a lot of band
But
members
we
would do that.
We
don't
only
you?
did class for 2 different reasons. Me, it was so easy, I didn't need to go to class.
Nah,
That sounds like Norton too.
Yeah.
I had like 80 missing assignments with the A still. It was great. they don't.
That's
they
what
don't care.
my mom would always say. You don't ever bring books home. I don't know. She goes, wait till you get your grade card. All right.
You know, my mom and dad used to say the same thing. Where are your books? I said, they're in the car. Like, they say you don't even have a car.
I didn't say my car.
Oh, yeah, they're in Jeff's car or somebody's car. Yeah, yeah,
Time's car.
yeah.
An Impala.
Oh, yeah. He used to let me drive that car. Yeah.
Did you wreck it?
No.
You're the only one that didn't.
Really?
Only one that didn't.
Really? No. I did. I never wrecked that car.
The brown one?
Yeah. Brown. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was.
Used to play Dana Dane all the time on
Yeah.
repeat. Tape broke you by another.
Yeah.
So some of your best memories back here would have been for the band. So at like a bunch of the sporting events, probably just
Yeah.
out there playing.
We played for, but dude, you get the crowd's hype. I remember I think we did a girls one time, just like a varsity girls, and it was
Varsity
crazy.
girls, yeah.
Like they're like, this is the first time we had a crowd. Well, now you know why they come to the games.
See, and I think Harmon's bands were always good. Always good. You know, because because a lot of my family members were a part of those
Well,
bands.
yeah. Well, like I was listening to.
Too bad. How come I didn't play an instrument? See, I should have started the harmonica back then.
You had
That
to
would've
read.
been dope.
You had to read music. You didn't want to read.
If he's not going to read a book, he's not going to read music.
I don't read music. I just listen to it.
I was listening to your nephew podcast.
Jose.
Jose.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jose.
Jose.
Yeah, Jose's, and he was talking about how coaches aren't qualified. How do you know if they're qualified?
Yeah.
And that's what started me thinking is, man, we all should have had band. If that's
Scholarships?
we all should have band.
You'd be
scholarships.
amazed, actually,
He
how
went
many
to
scholarships-
Southern
yeah.
University and was in the marching band and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You would think he would have pushed for
Yeah.
band scholarships, but I never.
Never even thought about
You
it.
guys went to
Thought about
competitions
it?
and everything too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys do pretty well at those, or like?
Yeah,
just-
oh yeah. I remember one time the U.S. Navy band came to KCK Community College, so all the Wyandotte County bands went and played, and then they would play their main song, and then they would come up and show them what they're working on. You know, show them what to work on, make them better.
Yeah.
And we got done playing. I can't remember the name of it. Well, anyway, we got done playing the song, and it was a big saxophone song. Like the whole song was a solo. Alto
Careless
sax.
Whisper?
No, that's a good guess though. It was something back then, but
Yeah, but that's a slow jam.
no, it was a slower song.
Oh, okay.
And I remember the main guy who played the saxophone from the Navy,
Yeah.
and he came up and he goes, "Let's start from the top," and he started just belting it out. And then we got done. He goes, "Thanks, I just wanted to play that with you guys. You're great." And walked off the stage.
You didn't need teaching.
He dropped the saxophone.
Good thing there wasn't no mic. You would have dropped that one.
You said you guys were good enough. You didn't need teaching.
Yeah.
That's
That's
good.
awesome, though.
Yep. This Commons area, I mean, remember the good times before class, everybody would hang out in
Yep.
here.
Lunch.
Yeah. Always talk
somebody
about
selling-
food.
someone selling-
Always talk about food. I'm trying to talk about the good time, and you go bring up some
What
food.
about when somebody dropped a glass or something? That was the best. Ain't it? Everybody started clapping. 'Cause we
Dropped
had-
a glass?
We had
Yeah.
glasses back
Like,
then.
yeah, so like,
Water
yeah.
glasses and then glass plates and stuff. So somebody dropped the glass, the whole Commons would just cheer.
Yeah.
That's a weird why. It just
That was just the thing to do.
You
So
got any
did you go?
crazy
How many years of school did you go here? Was it 6? 6 years?
4.
4 years. Oh, okay.
That was you.
No, I was 5, and I had to come back for my diploma the following summer. I was ineligible my senior year. Oh wait, no, I didn't. I was supposed to say
went
that.
over that.
Yeah, we already went over that. Yeah, who's your favorite teacher? Mr. Daniels?
Teacher, as far as, that was band. So it was more of he was more of a personal guider, guidance counselor or whatever and everything. He helped you walk in his office. But I think Mr. Jenkins was one of the most entertaining teachers that we had back
what was his
then.
class?
He
was
juggled.
history.
He used to juggle,
History?
and he used to stand on his hands. And
This is history
It was
class?
history class. No, he didn't juggle.
he was on a unicycle.
His class, all his class was he'd project notes on the overhead, and you either wrote them or you
He didn't.
That's what the test was. And back then, you couldn't take a picture.
Yeah.
There was no phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Jenkins, he needs to roll through here. I know he knows about this.
You get, if you was nice to certain people, you just use theirs. notes in a different class.
You know,
We did that all the time.
man, I never thought about using people's notes.
What'd you do?
I just didn't do it.
He just
I
tried
just
to
didn't do
guess.
my work, I guess. Yeah. I need a refill.
And that's all
Okay.
it was. Every day you do notes, and then the test would be what he talked about.
My bad.
Yeah.
That was me.
No, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that'd be cool if Mr. Jenkins come through here because he still lives by your brother, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah. So we're just looking around. Maybe he'll pop.
What's different to you? What stands out to you besides the front?
Well, yeah, that pretty much. I mean, the commons area, and then of course the bleachers inside the, and then look right over here to my right. That's like an office. I guess there's like an assistant
up there?
principal or something like that. But I don't remember what that was. Yeah,
You remember what was up there?
I
Oh
remember.
no, he said athletic director.
You remember what
Athletics.
was up there?
Yeah, so
was up
right,
there?
Right back there was the in-school suspension.
Yeah, ISS
Oh
room.
yeah, Chris, you can get on the third camera. It's the
ISS room.
up there.
Yeah, so right above the word Hawks, it's kind of hard to see that as
Behind
well.
the flags.
Yeah, behind the flags. Yeah, that glass room there used to be the in-school suspension.
Switchback.
And it was just like
It was
lab cubbies.
Yeah.
And you sat there all day, and they gave you work from your classrooms and stuff. And
So everybody out here eating lunch, and you just be at the window, just like.
I think we came down before. Now you couldn't see out. I think we came down before and then took our lunches back up or something. It was kind of like jail.
Yes,
It was.
But
It was.
I remember. But I was.
I would sit in that class. I think I cried half the day sitting in there because it was sucked.
But Mr. Daniels would go get me to go
practice?
Work. Yep. To practice, and then
no,
so
he's
would
in
the baseball
detention.
teachers.
Nope, no, I need him for band.
Dang,
Oh yeah,
I wish
baseball.
Baseball coaches would come and get me too.
Really?
Yep.
Dang. I wish my art teacher would have did that for me. Come get me to
Come get you so you can leave.
so I could go straight to the gym.
You know who the other art teacher was? There was two classes.
Phil Green.
I think she was here my freshman year, and then she left. And
Oh.
then Miss Hare came, and it was a Mexican lady. Everybody knew her, and she was Orpeza.
Oh.
And I never knew her.
It's
Whatever.
Veronica.
Yeah.
Veronica
So I
Orpeza.
didn't see her again till our wedding.
Oh,
That's
right.
my father-in-law's first cousin.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So her mom and his dad are brother sister.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, she was a class of '88, I believe.
Yeah.
A year before me. Yeah. Man, that's cool. But
You got any crazy stories you can share?
No, I can't share them. I guess I could share.
go ahead.
Yeah,
One?
let's hear one.
So
You guys
marching band again.
Yeah.
Senior night. Mike Hernandez. He didn't come up here yet?
No, kind of waiting
So-
on him too because his uncle's
everybody's
here.
So he
Uncle
goes.
JC.
He goes, hey, let's get drunk before senior night. So we had to play marching band, and then during our halftime performance, we'd step up and do a solo. And
all drunk.
we were drinking Zimas. You remember Zimas?
Yeah, they came back recently.
I tried to come back.
They had a cool
So,
bottle.
We
Kind of tastes
drank
like Sprite.
We drank a lot of them. All I remember is we were all throwing up. Because you used to march from here, playing all the way, and it was just the drums would play. Just the drums would play.
Everybody's walking out of line drumming.
No, I remember while we're playing. just
But guess
mixing
what?
over.
That rhythm didn't stop. You throwing up, but that rhythm didn't stop.
And Mr. Daniels go, boys, all right? Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
Man.
That was
That was you said your senior year?
yep. Senior night, and then we
What?
had
Senior
night
night.
for
Senior
marching
night.
band. It
Oh,
was
okay.
During football, so we had to, because marching band's done after football.
So
Yeah.
see, I never got to experience a senior night.
And nothing.
No, I don't think so. I don't know
Baseball?
because my
You didn't
mom
play
and dad.
baseball?
No, my mom and dad. I mean, so did your mom and dad come up and do they still? Was that the tradition back then?
They didn't do that for marching band, I don't think.
See, because I know they do that at for our kids.
Yeah,
we
later
had
now, the parents come up
had
with
to stand
you and
next
they
to the kid.
just in honoring.
Yeah, so yeah, I wonder. I don't remember if they did that back in our days.
So it's
remember how-
probably newer that the parents get involved more.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I wonder when that started.
It must be, because I tell you, I don't ever remember doing like parent-teacher conferences, open house.
Man.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
either.
ever remember doing that.
You wouldn't even have to go check in with your teacher or nothing? Like a sit down?
I don't think they cared
Nothing
like that.
I don't remember. I don't remember anything like that. Because our dads work nights.
we were born
You know, my
back
mom didn't drive, and she didn't want to walk like I did
Yeah.
all the way here.
It's not that far actually, but it's far enough.
That's a good walk.
We used,
Yeah.
to walk, we used to walk to Armandale from here.
Dang.
Every once in a while, I get a bunch of people because they want to walk home. Fucking stupid. Yeah, let's do it. We'd walk
Yeah,
home,
they
walk down the hill, walk all the way by your house.
Leave here. Leave
Say
here.
that to me.
Yeah, they would leave here. What 3:30? Years about 3:30. Get home about 8:30.
I think it was 2:45. School was out at 2:45, if I can remember. Yep.
Yeah, 2:45, 2:50.
We would do it. It must have been like in the winter because all fall, we were in marching band. Then start of spring baseball. Earlier than spring, we used to run with the wrestlers.
Really?
Oh man.
Yeah, that was a workout. Some of the
There's Donna.
baseball guys would work out with the
Angel,
wrestlers
yeah.
just to get in shape for baseball. Some of us that didn't play all 3 sports or whatever.
Yeah, it's cool, man. That'd be crazy to run with a bunch of wrestlers. Those guys are running to lose weight
They're running in freaking
in those
trash bags.
Trash bags, I know.
Yeah, the sweat
And
out.
you guys are running just to stay in shape.
We used to
and-
run the L's. Remember that? They
Oh,
called
yeah.
it the L's.
That's
Yeah.
because of the shape of
heel.
the you ran the whole school, man. That's an
Yeah,
L.
that's what it was. And then you
Yeah.
actually
We used to run
down
L's.
the
Yeah.
hallway.
And down.
And they didn't seem too bad, you know.
Yeah.
They were enclosed, and you just
And then
pass
when,
each other up.
then when it
and-
got nice, we used to do hills.
There's a big hill back there.
The one right here going straight up to the soccer.
Yeah.
We used to do that one. Then we did power poles. I don't even know if them giant power poles. It's a good 120 yards away. And if the coach would get pissed at us if we're jacking around during batting practice or something, he'd
Yeah.
make us run that mug. I was not.
It's funny you say that. Augie used to make us do that when we practiced soccer up here. He'd make us run to the poles and back. Remember that?
Poles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was just. It started back in the day, you know, and then
Yeah.
Augie continued it. Speaking of Augie, I need to talk to him too. I don't know where he is.
I think that hill's what made you fast.
Oh
Running
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
down the hill.
Yeah.
Because your feet better keep up. Boy. And your legs don't keep up.
Yeah, that's
You
funny.
eating grass.
I don't know. Hey, is there anything you want to plug or anything, you know, any shout outs to anybody that's going to be watching? Because there's millions of viewers out there. Somebody's got to know you. Somebody.
Millions.
You know, I know your mother-in-law and your wife like to watch this show, especially
watch
when
it.
I get onto these boys.
Yeah, my father-in-law watches it.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He did say
I
that.
checked it out.
He did say that to me.
Because those were sitting on the counter before I left. He said, "Where'd you buy these?" I said,
He said, these look good. Yeah, let me show the audience real quick. Cousin Adan Garcia made these for us. These nice little coolies.
"Just a little
And,
side.
Little side job, little side hustle. Yeah.
I keep pretty busy though."
But all right, yeah, I appreciate you coming by, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad, and thank you for these things. And yeah,
We'll get
be
together, talk about growing up a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna bring you in.
Absolutely. All right.
All right.
I'm out.
All right, man. Thank you. Good seeing you. Hello there. Please have a seat. Thank you for joining us.
Sure.
Yeah. If you could please state your name and the year you graduated, if you don't mind.
I don't
or
mind.
unless you're
I
lying,
don't
or unless
mind.
you're
I
alum.
know.
Okay.
I'm proud of my age.
Yeah,
I've
no.
made it this far.
Yeah, good for you.
I'm Jan Polmiller
Okay.
Stoker, and I graduated in 1983.
1983.
All right.
The third in my family to graduate from Harmon.
Oh wow. Like all siblings. So like, what was the
Siblings,
oldest
my
sibling?
two older brothers. My oldest brother graduated the last year of Argentine, 1973. My
Oh, okay.
next brother graduated in 75,
Okay.
and the next one graduated in 79, and I in 83.
Wow.
In the 80s, you know, that's cool because I'm in 80s also. So
Are
yeah,
you? What year?
In 1989.
89. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I-
your
I
hair got bigger. Ours was still kind of on the 70s end of the 80s binge.
Yeah, that was
It wasn't
yeah.
near as big until like 86.
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
So then, is this your first time coming back since then, or you've been back
Oh, no,
before?
I've been back a few times for the honor,
Okay.
sports honor, and, but yeah, and I haven't been back in a long time.
Okay. And so, what brings you back to the nest?
Well,
Besides
I
the
mean,
alum?
it's
you know,
my life that's
yeah.
been spanned through this time frame.
And-
My mom was the first PTSA president
Okay.
of J.C. Harmon High School. And
Wow.
I say J.C. Harmon.
Right.
I respect the whole name.
Yeah.
You know,
yes,
I mean,
yes, you
it's,
should. Yes.
So
JC Harmon was
Fighting Hawks.
And JC Harmon was someone. It just
he was,
wasn't a
and,
school.
and I knew I had met the man.
Really?
As
Really?
a very little girl. He was the principal. He was old,
Right,
very old,
yeah.
right
Yes.
before he passed away.
Right.
But he was at events at Argentine
Yes.
High School, and my brother was there.
There, yeah.
During that, you know, so
Yeah.
and-
So he was the principal there. JC Harmon was the principal at Argentina.
yeah. My mom was the last PTA president at Argentine as well.
Really?
She was the first at Harmon, so she helped to bring the two schools together, the parents and
Okay.
the teachers to, and they were strong PTA. They ran the concession stand, and they did. I mean, our parents were very involved.
Yeah, you have
with the
very strong
school.
familial
They-
bonds with the school.
they-
I like that.
There were, they showed up and everybody knew everybody.
Yeah.
And that was a nice feeling to grow up in, is that the families, everybody knew, and there were lots of siblings. And so,
Yeah.
we all grew up together.
Nice.
It was nice.
Had some good memories here at Harmon.
Gosh, way too many.
Yeah. You have any good? You had any good stories you want to share?
Well, I was on the drill team, so we
Okay.
got to march up to the stadium for the football games, and we'd start here in the Commons and get our boots and our satin uniforms and our silver pom-poms, and we'd march up with the band, and the
Yeah.
band was awesome, and their drum line was excellent.
Yeah.
And Mr. Daniels, I know, is one of the favorite teachers of most alumni. That
Yes.
even if they weren't in the band, Mr. Daniels was one of the favorite teachers.
Yeah.
Mr. Salisbury, who taught down that hall, he was communications teacher, Mr. Larry Salisbury.
Okay.
He was also the sponsor of the Key Club, which is the largest high school service organization in the world.
Really?
And
Wow.
Key Club International, and he was our club sponsor. He helped encourage me to go on to state office while being a Harmon Hawk, and I was
Yeah.
proud of that. And
nice.
so,
Yeah, and
it
then
was.
you're sporting the Harmon shirt. I like that. Class, that's pretty cool.
I got my gray hairs and my.
That's okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
you can see my gray hair, but I think it's barely coming in.
Yeah, I thought you dyed it blonde.
That would have been cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. Yeah. Did you play any sports here? I know you said you did the drill team.
I was.
Did
That's how I
strength
got
and
out of gym, was being on the drill team, because that was counted as a gym class.
There you go.
Okay. Nice. So what was your
I
favorite?
I was pep club president. I
Okay.
planned the 82, 80, our 10-year anniversary of homecoming.
Okay.
And we had endless love, and we had a horse and carriage that was really cool.
Wow.
And it was different, and
Yeah.
that brought the court in on the field, and we presented the queen her honors,
yeah.
and it was really neat. It was just
Yeah.
one of the. We had a bonfire. We had all kinds every Friday, Saturday night.
You're taking me through the movie Grease.
Well, you know what? I tell people about my childhood, and
Yeah.
people think, "Where did you grow up?" And when I tell them I grew up in Argentine,
Right.
they're like,
Really?
You're
Like
Argentine? Really?
Yeah. What part of Argentina did you grow up?
Right down the hill.
Okay.
29th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up on the 15th Street.
On 15th. Okay.
Yeah. On
Yeah.
15. Yeah. So yeah.
So
nice.
I had lots of good memories and made lots of good friends, and still am friends today with many people.
Any
that
of them here tonight?
Well, I saw a few of them, but they're not here with me at this moment.
Oh,
They're out running around, and I'm stupid enough to sit here and talk to them.
No, please, you're not. No. I'm glad you're here, because I know sometimes it's hard for people to sit down. Just earlier, I met a gentleman that actually knew my father, and he was the part of the first graduating class
In
here.
73?
But he didn't want to talk.
74.
74, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want to talk because he said he was just shy. He didn't want to talk. I said,
Yeah.
we're just going to have a conversation. So we end up having a conversation over there. I said,
Yeah.
we could have been doing it here. You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
man, I said, okay. But it was good meeting that gentleman, because he worked for my father.
That mark on the talks too much in class
That was you.
Sorry.
No, but what do you think of the school? Everything's still look the same?
It's no. Where's the lockers? You don't need a locker.
That's
anymore.
the big one.
So,
Yeah.
the
That's
commons.
the whole commons. And
Yeah.
I really haven't walked around too much to see. I mean, of course, the back mural here is different. It was
Yeah.
1776, 1776.
That's what it
was.
was. I could not remember.
Bicentennial.
The bicentennial. I could
yeah,
not remember.
and,
Thank you for
and,
that.
But now we've replaced it with our awesome alumni banners
Mm-hmm.
and have classmates that are up there, and that's
Yeah,
really
that's awesome.
cool that have been received
Oh,
and
sports awards
achieved
as well.
a lot, and that's really inspiring. And
It is.
I'm proud of the people that have gone here. They've gone on to do great things, and I encourage the kids to know that there's great people that come out of this school, and they
Definitely.
can be one of them.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and then we need
That's
more. Yeah.
really,
Yes.
there's lots of people that make and do great things from here.
We do. Yes, we do.
So
But well, I appreciate you stopping by. Thank
thank
you.
you. I'm
thank
sorry.
you
I
for
know
no.
I-
You're
yeah.
good. You're good. Thank you for sharing these memories because that's what this is all about: is sharing memories, and that's exactly what you did. You're able to put it out there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you're welcome. So let me start up. Welcome to the Big Modcast. This is the name of the podcast. I'm Mario. This is my son Marcos.
How's it going?
If you would please state your name and the year you graduated.
My name is Ruben Vargas, and I graduated in '85.
1985. Yeah, my freshman year. So
That was your freshman.
that was my freshman year. So
How was that year? Was it a good year for you?
that was a great year.
'85 was a banner year for me.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I went from high, being a senior, to low, like a go nowhere job, back to high, got a better job
Okay.
It was just
by
a
the
year.
end of the year. So I was up and down. It was a good year. It was a fantastic year.
Yeah, Back to the Future came out
Oh yeah.
in 1985. Yeah.
19. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a alum from here. 89. I graduated here in 89. Like
In
I said.
'89.
Yeah. So yeah. So what brings you to the nest? What brings you back to Harmon? You just heard about this going on, or are you here?
Yeah, I interested in coming back through the school,
Yeah.
though I wish that more of my classmates were here.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to tour the school again with them,
Yeah.
No, I bet.
just to reminisce.
Yeah.
It's really amazing to be back in the school. Some of it has changed, but not all of it.
When was the last time you were here?
It's
been a while.
It's been a few years back.
Uh-huh.
1 year, I was planning my class reunion. I was
Oh, wow.
planning my class reunion, and I came up to get some information on my class, addresses or phone numbers. They didn't have any of that information, but while I was here, it was lunchtime.
Okay.
And I asked if it was okay if I had lunch here. And they said it was okay. So I got in line and I bought my lunch and sat down with the students and had my lunch that day.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was the last time, and I don't recall
And that took you back
what
a
year
little
that
bit,
was,
huh?
but it's been many years now.
Okay. Yeah. You think the school look different, or does it look the same to you? What do you think?
Some things do. Now, is this area still considered the Commons?
Yeah, I believe so because I've been calling it the Commons for the last hour or so. So we're gonna keep it as the Commons.
This is the same.
Okay. Yeah.
I
it is.
guess, yeah, to you and me,
Yeah.
it'll always be the Commons.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the original floor and the walls.
Yeah.
They're not going to change all
The
this.
pillars are still painted purple.
Yeah.
This is original.
Yeah, the Hawk's Nest, yeah. Uh-huh.
That's original.
Yeah, and then like right behind or over here to my right, I think that's like an office now. I can't remember what it was. I think it was probably a class.
I don't recall what that was. I don't know if that was like a study hall or something.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what that
This-
one back there was?
That was the ISS.
Yeah, I've spent a little bit of time in that one.
Only once, and
Once?
it was false, and I couldn't prove it. I couldn't prove it. I was framed. I was.
Okay.
I had a class, and my teacher was taking roll, and she asked me where I was yesterday, and I was here,
Okay.
and she said, "No, I don't have your homework from yesterday." I said, "You got it," because I turned it in because I never did my homework. And I did my homework and I turned it in. She said I didn't have it. So she sent me down to the office and I had to talk to the vice principal. And she said, "Where were you yesterday?" Same conversation.
I said I was here.
I said, "I was here."
You said check the cameras.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
you
there
know.
was no cameras.
Hey, there wasn't no
back then.
cameras.
There was no cameras back then.
No, they
Back then we had to use other people to kind of help us out. Hey, you got to back me up.
But yeah, so she says, go back to your classroom and get your homework assignment from the day before. That'll prove that you were here. I went back. She said, "I don't have it."
Wow.
So they put me in ISS for 2 days, and I was wrongly accused.
If you ever see that
Sounds like
teacher,
it sounds like you still want to fight them too.
Well, yeah, I do. Because
if you ever see that teacher again, hey, I know I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what it was is she overheard me refer to her as Miss Piggy.
Oh my goodness.
She looked a little like she had long blonde hair. She
Oh, thicker
she
woman.
was a little overweight. And
Did she ever karate chop anybody?
Yeah, somebody sitting behind me. I think I turned around and said, "Doesn't she look like Miss Piggy?"
Just,
That
Man.
may have been it. Yeah.
Oh man.
that's fine.
Hi-ya.
Yeah. That's fine. Did you play any sports here? You
sorry?
play any sports here?
Yes,
Harmon?
I did.
What'd you play? What'd you do?
My sophomore year, I played basketball.
Okay.
And it was the first year that I played sports in school.
Okay.
I regret that because I wasn't so good. I didn't know, I don't, and still don't, know how to play organized basketball. A lot of street ball.
A lot of street ball, yeah.
Yeah.
And and that would keep people away. Play organized basketball, have a head coach. You're used to playing out in the streets.
Just kind of going
kinda
about it your own
different. Yeah,
way,
it-
and then
it's-
you're being
and it's
told to
different.
play a
It is
different
different.
direction.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, call your own fouls.
Yeah, right.
yeah, right? Yeah.
So I played my sophomore year, and I had two good friends that I played with, and Ben Guerrero, you know Ben,
I know Ben. Yeah.
and Chris Hernandez.
Okay. Chris, yes, I know Chris.
We played basketball. I actually started. I started because our other center couldn't remember the plays, but I never scored. I didn't score not one point ever.
But you played some defense.
Yeah, it's
You
kind
did
of-
your part in other ways, right?
Yeah.
That's the way to see it. I wasn't a scorer either, but you know what? You did your.
The truth be told, the reason I tried out for the basketball team was so I'd get my picture in the yearbook.
Ah,
Yeah.
My senior year, well, that was my sophomore year, but I would try all the time to get in front of the camera. To,
Okay.
I want to be in there as much as possible. I mean, who wouldn't?
It's all right.
you know, girls volleyball. That's me. You know?
I was in the background back there.
That's funny. But no, that's a good story. I mean, that's honesty. You want to put your face in the yearbook as much as you can.
So I didn't get it. I ended up quitting the basketball team because in order to be on the basketball team, I had to quit my job.
Oh man.
okay.
So I couldn't play. I was horrible, and I had no money. So I had to weigh the odds, and I'm like, suck at basketball.
Or go and get some money.
Some money.
Exactly.
So I went back to work. I quit the basketball team, and I went back to work.
Nice.
But no, I appreciate you coming in, talking a little bit. We're trying to get some more alumni to come through as well. But thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a blast to come back, and
Yeah,
my time here was fun. Lots
That's good.
Lots of fun.
that's what it's all about. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Please state your name and the year you graduated.
Augustine Ramirez, better known as Augie, graduated in 1988. So, and was here for a while. My
Yeah.
4 years of school and then some.
Oh yeah. What'd you do what'd you do
After that, after I got out of college in '93, I came back and started coaching with Mr. Hodges.
Oh yeah.
So coaching wrestling, football, and then got involved with track. So stayed with that was part of my passion, and I got it
Yeah.
from Mr. Hodges. So,
Mr.
Dang,
Hodges,
dog, I
Mr.
didn't know. I know you were a part of so many of the.
R.I.P.
extra-
Mr. Hodges.
Jeez.
Yeah.
man, I started early, right out of college,
I know.
93, and then I think I was here coaching in some form or manner until 2007.
Dang.
So
Good for you, Coach Odd.
that would have been when Margie's brother Nick graduated. That was his senior year.
Okay.
And then my kids,
And then-
of course, in 2000, our kids,
Yeah.
I started coaching soccer, and that's
And we were right outside. We are right out there.
right behind the
We were,
I had
exactly.
the connections.
You did, we were just talking to somebody earlier.
And they're talking about how like one of their practices they'd run like the poles. I go, man, Augie used to make us run down to the poles.
run the poles, run the hill.
Hills,
Yeah.
gotta build up the endurance.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you've pretty much just. So this school just has to look the same to you because you really never. You get the
Yeah.
changes, but you see the changes happen, and so it's just this is
I mean,
normal
I've
to you.
been- Yeah, I've been away for a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
but right after graduation, came back 4 years later, pretty much the same, and then things started changing. You know, remodeling this, remodeling that,
Yeah.
changing this, and then after I left, came back 3 years, and it's totally different with the front of the school being different.
Oh,
than
yeah,
last
for sure.
year. And then no commons. Looks weird without the locker room.
Do you know when that was all taken out?
That was about, I think, 2-3 years ago where the commons were taken out and they put the classrooms because they need the room. I mean, I think when we were in school, we were about 700-800 kids.
Something
now
like
they're
that.
like 1,200 kids. So how do they fit them here?
I know, right?
That I don't know. Because it seemed pretty packed when we
yeah,
were here.
I know, but yeah, you take the lockers out. So where are all the lockers at?
I don't
mean,
think
are
they
the
have
lockers?
them.
So maybe they don't use
I
lockers
think they
anymore.
still have them upstairs a little bit, but I don't think they use lockers anymore.
Really? You know what?
I mean, you really don't need books now because a lot of them are using their stuff online.
And then back in the day, I used to carry a bag, a duffel bag, and all my books were in there because I didn't want to go to the locker. I would rather chill in here
that's what
in the commons, go to class, come back in here, go to class, come back, and I would carry my books. I mean, I think that's why I walk funny now because that big ass bag, I used to carry that bag and I would waddle. I still waddle when I walk, and I'm always going to blame the bag for doing that to me.
Come on, you trying to say you went to class? Come on now.
Well, that right there, hey, that gym was
that gym. Everybody knows that gym because that's what we see. Because I used to take attendance. I was at teacher's aide or the office aide.
Yeah.
I said, "Man, Mario, you got class every week, every day in the gym. What's up with that?"
I know Mr. Bibbs used to say, "Man, what you doing back in this class? I just had you." Yeah, I know Mr. Bibbs, but I gotta get some exercise in.
Some great times.
Yeah. What was your favorite class when you went to school here? What was your favorite class?
I would say, thinking back, I know I love foods. My foods class.
Foods class.
She made it fun, Mrs. Majors.
Okay. Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
she got us involved, and she got me involved as far as that, making it personal and making just being able to learn to actually cook for yourself and things like
Right.
that. She made it a lot of fun. So that was one of my enjoyable classes as far as foods.
And teacher?
Teacher had quite a few. I mean, it was hard to mark.
Yeah.
Mr. Hodges, Miss
definitely, yeah.
Felix, guy like Mr. Buchanan.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Mr.
Bolden.
Norris, always fun.
Bolden.
Mr. Bolden, that's my
I know,
coach.
right?
You
So,
love all your coaches.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So-
You've named all your coaches.
So you love all those coaches, man. They're the ones that they're the ones that built you, and they're the ones I give credit for getting in the coaching field, basically.
Yeah.
So their passion was to make sure they instill some pride in us, make sure they instilled confidence, and that's something I carried day-to-day life after I left.
Yeah.
So, as soon as I got out of college, I knew I wanted to come back and instill that in younger kids. And I've been blessed to be able to do it. And, I thank Mr. Hodges for that, he was my big inspiration.
Yep.
I got to coach alongside of him until 2002, so that was a lot of fun. Man, we did it together.
Yeah, and you played for him. You
Yeah,
played
exactly.
football for him.
Played football for him, yeah.
Yeah.
Wrestled for him, so but it, great. He was
Sting,
great, man.
you a Hall of Famer here, right?
So,
You got to be.
no.
No?
Never been inducted, brother. Not even
Hey,
nominated.
you still got time.
probably.
There's still time.
We still got time. We still got time. We're gonna see your plaque, your picture, up in this
So
place
but it's
somewhere.
good to see a lot of my team pictures like right behind us. It's one of my wrestling classes when I was head coach for wrestling. So it's nice to see those things up.
Yeah,
and-
it's still
and
up
keep,
there.
but the tradition still bleed purple.
Yeah, heck yeah. The only thing that the only thing that I had up on the wall is when your brother Tony and I would paint. we were the artists, so we would be the ones painting the murals and stuff like that. But we did. Tony and I did one downstairs in the.
Yes, and then when they covered that up, we were so mad because that was our wrestling room.
Right. Yeah,
and
I remember
that. That was a heartbreaker for me.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I think the year after it painted over, I think Tony might have messaged me. Hell, he might have paged me. He had pagers back. Who's this? Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, they just painted over our mural. What? Are you serious? All that time we put it?
Yeah, because that used to be our wrestling room, so we loved that. I mean, it was
that big old hawk.
We work hard, but I guess. Yeah, it kind of stunk back there because we worked hard. So and they wanted to use it for classroom. They said it can't be stinking like this.
Oh man, maybe that's what started to knock the paint off. Is that stench you guys were leaving?
Starting to chip and peel.
But I think they took away the wrestling room from us, and then next thing we know, they painted it over. So
dang,
that was a heartbreaker too.
Yeah,
but still, I hope you guys took pictures of that stuff and still.
You know what? I didn't. I think that was Tony
nice.
usually sends me pictures here and there. Hell, once in a while he'll send me a message. Hey, you still painting? You still doing your art? I try, Tony. I try.
And that's the kind of stuff that built. And you have something in your heart because of the pride of it,
right?
And things that was done. You did it for the wrestlers and things like that. And that's something we took pride in, which helped us out.
Yeah.
So big part of it. Big part of it.
No, that's good. Well, yeah, it's good seeing you. Good seeing you. I know I see you here and there, and but to see you back, where we, we knew each other before this, but we went to school together, and
exactly, family, friends. So
yeah, this is awesome.
It was all fun. Definitely fun.
Yeah.
So we'll have to share some more memories.
Definitely.
Not even this, but even the kids growing up. Great memories with the kids growing up playing soccer and things like that. But this was a fun school, and it's been a fun school and a big part of my life.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good that you're still part of it as well. I'm glad to be the part of this. I'm glad to bring my kids, my niece, my nephew here joining us. We're doing this all together.
No, it's awesome.
So
it's awesome to see that.
Yeah, it is. This is really cool.
So good.
And but Augie, I appreciate you coming in.
All right, I appreciate you having me for a bit.
Thanks, man.
You guys take care.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, we're bringing you in. All right. If you would you please state your name and the year you graduated?
Yeah, man. Keith Masick.
Keith Masick.
Graduated in 1980.
1980.
Yeah.
Another 80s guy. I like it. I like
back
it.
there with me.
Okay.
Brinkley.
Wayne
Brinkley, Joel Brinkley, Jimmy Brinkley.
All the same year?
Yeah. No. He was an 80. He's got had an older brother and younger brother. I had two sisters graduated here ahead of me.
Okay.
One in 76 and one in 79, and then I graduated 80.
80. Okay, yeah, so I'm class 89.
Yeah, cool.
So, yeah, I feel good being here. Oh,
yeah, I always love coming back here, man. Just the nostalgia just starts pouring back,
Right.
When was the last time you were here before this event then?
A couple of years ago, I think it's the last time they did the Hall of Fame induction before COVID.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yes, I was here.
Because Norvin Daniel was inducted.
Okay.
And so a group of us came, all the old band dogs, come to see Norvin get inducted.
Yes.
Good cat. Great guy.
I never knew his first name.
Yeah, Norvin.
Norvan.
Norvan.
Really?
Norvin.
Good guy. He's still alive, man, living down in Louisiana.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Talk to him every now and then.
That's good. Keep in touch. Keep in touch.
Yeah, it is. He's still got great stories, man.
Does he? Man, see, and I would have loved to have alum come through as well and talk, It would have been cool. Did you play any sports here?
I didn't.
No?
I played a little bit. I wrestled back at Rosedale, played a little basketball. I scored 2 points in my basketball career at Rosedale.
Okay.
That was it.
That's the highlight right there.
And then I wrestled 1 year and busted my head open, right? And so the rest of the year I was out.
Was this before they put mats down?
No.
You weren't on concrete, were you?
We had mats, man. I fell back. But we were in the old field house, and there was a sink right in the middle of everything, man. Right there where you're practicing.
Right.
So I fell back and busted my head on a sink. And I'm out the rest of the damn year.
Dang.
And then the next year I come back and wrestled.
Yeah.
I won one match.
Okay.
Kid from Argentina. God, what was his name? Frank Vogel. Right?
Frank Vogel. Okay.
Vogel, he's big dude. He was intimidating, man.
Yes, you know what? I think we used to call him Big Frank.
And I knew I was wrestling him, and I'm like, man, I'm going to get killed, right? And somebody told me that he had messed his ankle up.
Take advantage.
I don't know how I did it, but I found myself down by his ankle, and I'm like, hey, I'm grabbing this.
Oh, okay. I thought you did it.
No. I just started kind of twisting, man.
Okay,
I
yeah.
ended up winning. That's the only match I ever won, man.
All right, you got 2 points
claim
here.
is-
You got a
Get a
match
match
here.
here.
That's all right. And when I was in Argentina, I only scored 1 touchdown in my career, so yeah, so I know how that feels.
Yeah, so I spent most of my time in band and, printing class.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's cool. I like it, though. We had a lot of fun, man. The band trips, like I said, Mr. Daniel,
Yeah.
Okay, then back to it again.
He's always teaching stuff, man.
Back to the song.
Back
What's
to the fight song, Harmon's fight song.
We're here.
Harmon Hawks.
Harmon Hawks.
Yeah, dun, 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 so
We're here.
yeah, so I mean that was just the hype song.
Oh, yeah.
For
Well,
any sport. Hell,
Yeah, we
I
brought
mean,
that about, man.
Okay.
Yeah. That's and our band director guys started goofing on it, and next thing you know, it was a part of our drum cadence.
Okay.
Marching up to the games,
Okay, so like I had to explain to somebody earlier, I asked somebody, I said, hey, did you know where that song originally came from? I'm sure Mr. Daniels, and it's an old song.
Oh, yeah.
By a group named Sun.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's called Sun Is Here.
Right.
And so in the song, they say, Sun is here.
Right.
Of course, Mr. Daniels changed it to
We're here.
We're here, Harmon Hawks. And it's perfect.
Yeah.
And it took me many years after I graduated to figure this out. I've been listening to music. That song came on. I was like, well, damn, that sounds just like Harmon Hawks' fight song. And that made a lot of sense. And then a cousin of mine that was in the marching band said, oh, yeah, Mr. Daniels took that song and he used it. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's perfect. That's unique. And I hope they still use it. I don't know if they still use it.
I don't know if they still do or not, man, but it was here the whole time I was here and for years after,
Yeah.
I still have people on Facebook sometimes somebody will bring it up,
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, what's your best memory here, Harmon? I'm sure.
Band, anytime
Band.
in the band room, man. It was, it was such a family.
Yes,
We had, we had some jocks in there. We had, we had some stoners in there.
There's some variety in there.
We had about it all.
You had a
man.
nice mixture, right?
And Mr. Daniel, he'd get bent at somebody, acting all crazy, and finally he'd had enough, and he'd just chuck an eraser at somebody. Somebody told him one time, said, "Man, you're horrible with that eraser." He said, "No, son, I'm pretty good. If I was horrible, I'd be hitting you with it." But he'd go all the way across the band room and miss somebody by a half inch with an eraser.
That's funny.
was
Those little
good
black
stuff,
and
man.
white erasers.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, because it was still chalkboards, man.
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah. And when you hit somebody with an eraser that has chalk on it, you're going to see it.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to
You
Get a big old white mark.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, if you could go back in time, go back to see you in the band, is there anything you would tell yourself differently or?
Oh man, I tell you what, if I think about that question a lot. It's because I'm always like, man, I wish I could go back to high school for a year, knowing what I know.
What
now.
you know now, right?
I tell you, the biggest thing I know, and I tried to tell my son this, man. I said the biggest thing I would do is have more confidence, around girls. Man, I was always so shy, afraid to ask them out. We're at a 5-year high school reunion after graduation. Right?
Oh, don't tell me one of them can't.
I'm-
Man, I had the biggest crush on you.
Yeah, I'm out of
this
school and everything,
This is
graduated, I'm
1985.
working- 1985. And I'm standing around. We're at the reunion at a park. There's like 3 girls standing there. They're good friends. And I'm like, how come we never went out?
Yeah.
They're like, how come you never asked?
Ain't that something?
I said, oh, man, you got to be kidding me.
We've been waiting on you.
A couple
you know?
of them I'm still real good friends with today,
That's cool, yeah.
And I don't regret it. I mean,
Right.
I'm happily married, got a wonderful wife, a couple of kids, and,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't regret it, but it's like I would tell myself that.
Yeah.
I'd go back.
You go
in with
back
more
and say, hey,
confidence.
See them over there? Go talk to them a little bit. Don't be scared.
That's it. All I
Yeah,
can
that's
do is
it.
say no, man.
That's right. Just
then
go
you
talk.
go on to the next one.
There you go. Yeah.
I got some other stories for you about all that, but it's like wouldn't go well here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, we had a lot of fun here, man. It was a good school. A lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's I think it's and I've always thought the way this school is built. I mean, the way it was built in '73 or what 72, whenever they start building it, I mean, it was
It was state of the art, man.
Yes,
And
that's
the
what I was
greatest
looking for.
thing
Yes.
about it is, it seemed like no matter where you were coming from or going to, you would always bump into your buddies at least 2 or 3 times a day because everybody came through.
You had to be in the middle at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you're always coming through and saying, "Hey, man,
That's
it was
cool.
fun."
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so just it's just it's overwhelming sometimes. You sit here and think about that stuff.
Yeah, it is. And to come back is a lot of,
To
you know,
come
I
back, yeah.
stand here and remember, going through the lunch line, standing here looking at the lunch line.
Yeah. I got a bad, I thought the same thing, but I got a bad memory standing in that line. I had these 2 girls standing in front of me, literally talking about me. And I'm pretty sure they knew I was standing behind them. They just standing in front of me, I don't know why so-and-so is going out with him. He's ugly. I'm like, damn, I'm standing right behind you. And I couldn't believe that, but and I'm always going to remember that. And when I looked down these hallways, I was like, shit, I was standing on that line against that wall. And somebody said that. I remember, I think I even went home that day and told my mom, and she's like, I don't know what to tell you, son. I mean, you must have broke their hearts, maybe, And I said, I don't know. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I didn't talk about your mom, man. I had guys that, I talked about, we had jocks, we had the stoners in band,
Yeah, right.
You had kids throughout that, always skipping school or whatever. And a buddy of mine he was a teacher's aide, like 6th hour, something like that. He was a teacher's aide for Mr. Salisbury.
Okay.
Taught intro to graphic arts and all that stuff. And so we were good buddies. And I had never skipped a day in my life, right? And so Ed's out running errands one day for Salisbury. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go with you, right? First time I ever skipped. I grew up over between 43rd and off of 43rd between Mission and Rainbow.
Okay.
Right in the Rosedale area.
Yeah.
And so we stop at a stop sign at 43rd and Mission Road, and I look over in the car next to me, and it's my mom.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, oh, shit. I said, whatever you do, man, do not look to your right. So everybody else over and checking it out. And I looked over. I just kind of slinked down, and she
Real Ferris Bueller style.
that night she says, she said, I think I saw Ed today in his car. But it was during school. It couldn't have been him. I was like, well, he's a teacher's aide. He runs errands and stuff.
Yeah.
She goes, oh. Well, there was somebody else in the car with him in the driver's seat. I couldn't see who that was. And I'm thinking, oh, shit, I'm busted,
Yeah.
But she never said anything. And so a couple days later, she's like, I know that was Ed. I can't figure out who else that was in the car.
Yeah.
And that's all she'd say. And she's got me wondering about this crap.
She knows.
She goes on 3 or 4 days, man.
Just
finally, I'm
kind
like,
of just waiting for you to.
finally, I'm like, look, Mom, and I know that you know that I know that you know.
I know.
I said, so if you're gonna, do something, let's get on with it. She's like, you've
That's
been
hilarious.
punished. you dealt with this for 3 or 4 days. You gonna do it again?
Yeah.
Nope.
That's funny.
That's funny.
So, and it went in line. I keep going back to Mr. Daniels and those guys. It was all the same kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He'd let you make a mistake and then point it out to you and correct you,
Yep.
And it was cool, man. It was a lot of fun back here.
That's cool.
I'd come back in a heartbeat if I could.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming in and talking to us.
Hey, no worries, man. It was fun.
Cool. I'm glad you're here.
I appreciate it. It's good to meet you guys. Now, did you go here too?
No, I actually did not. No, I went to Shawnee Mission North up that way.
We won't.
Don't want to talk about it.
All right, man. Hey,
All right,
good
thank
time.
you.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, hey, when you get a chance, check us out. Look, we're called the Big Modcast. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Find us, yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out. Yep. I'll be putting this on Facebook as well, and stuff like that. All right, thanks. Thanks for coming in. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am good. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
There's a water. Would you like a water?
That sounds great. Thank you very much. Paying me off yet, and you haven't even heard what I had to say.
Yep. So if you would please state your name and either the year you graduated or did you ever teach here? Give us what we want to know.
My name
here.
is Steve Howard.
Steve Howard.
And most people know me as Coach Howard.
Okay.
I coached and taught here It came in 1990.
Okay.
And retired in 2015.
Oh, wow.
And I'm still working with Gear Up here in the building. I'm a math tutor online.
Thank you.
That's my background and ties to Harmon.
Okay, 1990. So I missed you by a year.
That's right. I heard you were an 89 guy.
Yeah, I graduated in 1989.
I won't tell you 74. I was at Schlegel, so because that really will date me.
Schlegel in 74. So the name J.C. Harmon would
actually. That was the second year that Schlegel was open and the second year that Harmon was open. Both schools opened in 73.
Yes, that's right.
So I was there for 1 year, then I went over to North. In fact, ran into somebody's.
Yeah, because I graduated from Shawnee Mission North as
Did
well.
You?
Yeah.
Yes. What years did you graduate?
I was 2013 to 2017, so I graduated in 2017.
See, I taught back there from 83 to 83. I left teaching and went in restaurants. So I was there from 75 to 83.
Did you know a Jim Ricker?
Okay. Yes.
You did. Okay, because wow. Okay, because he is a teacher there currently as well.
The wife and I both just got done. I know this is about Harmon, but just got done.
No, you're fine.
The 100-year celebration.
Yeah, because we were. Yeah.
We were fortunate enough to be in the Hall of Fame up there. And
nice. Congratulations.
So, she was an Olympic gymnast. And,
wow.
Then I coached, and of course I played on the very first state championship football team.
Okay.
And I was it. Who was the one that was the young guy over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling him. I said, I bet you never guess. You're a sports guy. I said, bet you never guess. But I played in the state championship game in 1969. It was 1-0. We beat Shawnee Mission South. So anyway.
It's funny you say that because he went to South and then he came to North for a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then I got back into teaching. Wanted to get back into teaching and coaching. I'd gotten out for restaurants and done some things, and it was wild.
So have you been coming back and forth since 2015, or you just
2015 for the first 3 years I was back in the classrooms helping tutor. And then when COVID and everything else hit, it kind of
derailed you.
Derailed us. So, but I went online, and so in fact, I'll be online tomorrow with some kids from like 1 to 2, and Friday morning again, just helping tutor. Some kids are struggling.
Okay.
But it's Gear Up, and one of the organizations comes in and helps promote the kids to graduate, and helps them out with getting prepared for college, because a lot of these kids have no experience when it comes to that.
Yeah, that's very true.
Wow, so just think about. I'm not gonna lie, I struggled in high school, and if I would have been here in 1990, I would have been talking to you. You would have been helping me out a little bit.
In the first years there, we had Kauffman Foundation.
Okay.
Which not really is a precursor, but similar. And I was fortunate enough to work with a group of kids there that had all their college education paid for if they finished up school and wanted to go.
Yeah.
But sad to say, out of 30-some kids, only 2 took advantage of that.
So, and you said you were here from 1990 to
2015.
2015.
Yeah, so if you're coaching, are any of these plaques up here some of yours? I don't see them on the back walls.
I just told. Okay, here's my story.
All right.
Here's my memory. Okay,
All right. This is why we're here.
When I walked in this building back in the day, this complete area, there was not a single picture, banner, flag, anything on any wall here at all. The previous administration at that time didn't want anything up on the walls, thought that they would all get destroyed and everything else. And I came in, and having been a coach over at Shawnee Mission North for a number of years and stuff, they came in. Funny story was they said, do you like to coach? And I said, I'd love to. That's really what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I was anxious to meet with Coach Hodges and help with football. And he said, no, you're the head soccer coach. And I said, well, that's great. I've never seen a game. Never played, never seen. I played college baseball and football, but never soccer. So I said, well, we need a head soccer coach. So I was fortunate enough to hire from Mid-American Nazarene, one of their coaches over there, Kurt Robertson at the time. And Kurt came over, and he was the varsity coach, and I was his assistant, even though on paper I was the other way around.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So if you take a look over there by the entry into the auditorium.
Okay.
Way over here on the right, that very first picture we started, because a new principal came in. I said, I want to do that. And we started, and every year since
Started
then,
filling it
for
up.
all the 15. And we went there, and of course, when track came, they said, you're the head track coach. Again, nothing I've done, but I was able to recruit great assistant coaches, and everybody was treated like a head coach of their events.
Yeah.
And so we just came, and of course, the minute we did it, Hodges went to the football teams and everybody else, and so we took pictures. And then the next thing I noticed was that we had no record boards for any of the track at that time. So I had a buddy of mine make the 2 wooden track plaques up there.
For all the records,
All the banners up here.
Yeah.
We had all of those made. And I just wanted to make sure the kids got recognized, because we have a talented group of kids here that go unnoticed and even within the building. And so part of the math department, we were in the math relays. All of those banners up there are math relays, and we beat Sumner and all of the schools in the district in math relays.
Yeah.
And so as we did that, I kept thinking how important it was to put kids' pictures up and make sure kids understand success. I'd come from North. I played at North and coached there. And I mean, tradition is so huge in a school like that. And it's not that Harmon doesn't have tradition. It's the fact that they don't celebrate any of it. So Dr. Lewis said, go for it. So I did that. I also worked with Stuco that year, and we had a leadership group. So the flags that are above, of course, American here, but every one of the flags represents a community of kids that's their natural background.
From the school.
Thailand. I mean, you look around. And so we had all of those hung, and all of a sudden this place started filling up and feeling pretty good about things.
Yeah,
So-
no, this is,
And
This is cool.
the huge picture across the wall, that was at the 25th celebration. And again, our leadership group had a painter come in from the University of Kansas to paint it and teach the kids how to paint a mural like that. And then their pictures, their pictures are all the pictures up on that, in the actual
it's them on there.
Yeah.
Did some of the kids help out with that as well?
Oh, yeah. They were all part of that, and they helped and paint it and stuff. The plaques that you see on that far wall over there, all the way underneath the library there, they were all in a big storage. In fact, one day I came down, and they had a whole box of stuff, and they were going to throw them away. And I said, what are you guys doing? He said, well, this is all old stuff. It's all I said, no, that's your traditions.
History,
So we started hanging all of those. And I mean, it was just an ongoing process. The more we could get kids recognized for what they did in the school and the drill teams and and kids love to. I mean, this is the history, but it opened in 80, what year would Harmon have opened?
Oh,
Harmon opened up in
73.
73.
So it's sad to say, from 73 up until 90, none of the athletic teams were ever displayed.
Yeah.
In fact, I had a photographer, a friend of mine, that came in and took all the pictures and put them up on the walls. And
So, and this is what brings us here is, it's 50 years, J.C. Harmon High School.
Right.
Like you said, Shawnee Mission North just celebrated their 100th year. It's just pretty wild how it all works out, and how we're affiliated with both schools now. Being here, and my wife went to Wyandotte High School, and who knows how old that school is. That school's like 200 years old.
That's where my family started.
Really?
My uncle and my dad and all of them started at Wyandotte. The Dot, they were all at the Dot back in the day.
Yep.
You betcha. In fact, my son was a teacher and a coach over there.
Okay.
For a number of years. But anyway.
Yeah,
but that's kind of my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's good. And and I'm gonna thank you for doing that for us. For you to do that for us.
Well, I appreciate that.
Bring out
but
a lot of this history, like you said, because back here, there's like the basketball. Back when it was here in '89, we went to state, and I think in '90 they went to state, and those trophies are still there. And I had talked to Mrs. Ramirez, and she told me exactly what you said. She says, "Yeah, can you believe they actually at one time wanted to take all this stuff out?
They were going to toss everything."
I'm like, what? I mean, yeah, the pictures are faded or whatnot, but I mean, it's history.
That's what gives it its look, if anything. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But all the trophies and plaques and stuff, they were going to get, and of course they took the cubicles that used to
Yes,
be here.
they had the Hall of Fame and everything.
The Hall
inside.
of Fame now, we're going to go pictures up on the walls and banners and
Okay.
stuff.
So now that we're speaking about this, I had talked to Mrs. Ramirez, and I said, you know what? Is there a classroom in an abandoned room that's not being used? Why don't we put stuff like that and make it a small museum? Because
Kinda
that's
like
what
we do at Wyandotte, yeah.
Wyandotte High School has that, and that is awesome how they did that.
And I'll give you my response to that.
Okay.
Okay. When Harmon was built back in 73,
Yeah.
Schlegel was built at the same time. Both of those, Harmon and Schlegel, were built to accommodate about 900 to 1,100 students. That was the max, 1,100 students. Okay.
Okay.
When we were at 1,500 students, we don't have enough rooms. There's not enough places. Wyandotte, on the other hand, because my son is over there, and that was the years they started putting, Wyandotte could house 3,000 kids, and was built in all these rooms, and they had several open rooms. In fact, each hallway, the teachers have their own lounge area that they brought in and have made a lounge out
is
of
a
one of
big
the
building.
old
There's a lot of
rooms and
space over
stuff,
there.
and they even have books in rooms and stuff. We have no room.
Right.
I mean, there was no room here, and that's what and of course with pandemic and stuff, they tore down the cubicles, but that's why everything had been boxed up and kind of in a shuffle because they had no place to put a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
But I got a big kick out of that because I don't disagree. Mm-hmm. But this is already a couple hundred students over capacity according to what the original. It was meant to be a 900 student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look,
It's more than that, yeah.
it's impressive.
And that's what we were talking about. Is they took out the lockers. I mean, do the kids still use lockers nowadays?
No, that happened several years ago. I was still here when they were.
So you said like before COVID, they took those lockers out?
The lockers were basically taken out in some of the room and area because the kids are laptops, and everything's on there.
So they don't use
and
much
didn't
books.
really need the books and stuff. It's not that there aren't books for the kids, but they didn't really need that.
Do you know if there's still lockers upstairs as well, or did they take those out?
I think they're still up
Are
there.
they?
Yeah, I think they're still up there. I'm not really sure. When the first years that I was here, and I want you guys to think about this, when you walk upstairs, this whole building was built around a new educational concept at the time, and there was 2 solid walls.
Yeah.
And there's 4 classrooms within those 2 solid walls. But each of the 25 students in the class faced out. So you had 25 facing out here, and then back there, and there.
Yeah,
so you
I
had
remember
4
those.
teachers teaching in a complete open room, 4 different subjects at the same time, and 100 kids in that room. Well, eventually what happened was they put a wall down the middle, so you had back-to-back rooms, and then they put a wall down and split them up. So now there's 4 classrooms. But when I was here, they had just finished off those, and we had to put big bookshelves up to keep people from walking from one classroom into another just freely.
Yeah, because that's what we used to do.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s. We'd interrupt the class to go to our class on the backside.
And so there was nothing. And so upstairs,
I have to take a look. I haven't been up there in years.
Oh, yeah, and they're all individual classrooms. But to get to, like, taught in 107A, to get to 107B, you have to go through 107A to get to B, but it's still connected on the back to 108B and then 108A. But there was no walls in there.
Right.
Interesting.
And not only that, but, every now and then you'd be teaching somebody throw an airplane over the top. And
Right, yeah.
it's always exciting, stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember that stuff.
But anyway, I know it could ramble.
No, you're good.
Up in the library up there, the big Reasons to Believe posters, can you see it all the way on the...
Big reasons to believe.
Okay, right above the wall there, the white wall, right above there are pictures.
Okay.
And I don't know if you can tell.
I can't really see much.
You see the people's faces
Yes.
across in
Yeah.
blue?
Yes.
Reasons to Believe. And what they
Reasons
are
to
is
Believe.
former Harmon students that have gone on to accomplish.
Oh.
Like Dr. Steve Pendleton is a dentist here in the community.
Yep. We graduated together. Yeah.
In military.
I got to put my glasses on.
In the
because,
background.
Yeah, I see the Morgia.
Morgia's
Raymond
are up there.
And his sister, maybe both sisters are up there. I don't know.
Judges in the community and stuff. I
didn't realize that they were all Harmon grads.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Reason to Believe is in every building, but these are only Harmon students. They get hung up in here. Where the Hall of Fame is athletic,
Yeah.
this is your academic.
So from left to right, 1, 2, 3, the fourth poster, Robert Serta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we both graduated 89, and he's actually in our family. He married a first cousin of mine.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What does he do for a living?
So he last I remember he worked for
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network. I'm sorry. Yeah, Cartoon Network. And
he
does sound and stuff like that, and he's met millions of people, I'm
Millions.
sure. Yeah.
I just
and
met
he's doing good.
with there's, in fact, real quick while I'm thinking about it, there's a gal at Schlegel that's the Hollywood star now, and she's in movies and in a bunch of stuff, and I can't think of her name.
From Schlegel.
But she graduated only like 8 or 9 years ago, and that would be the type of person that would go in.
Okay.
I just got a phone call from a former student as we were walking in the building today, and we've put him up. He's not in the Hall of Fame, but we put him up. His name's Dr. Armando Villanueva.
Armando Villanueva.
And he's I think a 2003 graduate or something, but he's a doctor. He was at KU Med, and now he's back at Mayo Clinic. So here is and the kids need to see and be aware
inspiration
of the absolutely, because there's too many who say, "Hey, I can't do this. I can't do." Yeah, you can.
I was wondering now. That makes a lot more sense why it's up like that in here.
And speaking of something I had looked up, a Bernard Harvey.
Sure.
Harv, yeah, graduated from here.
Right, and he's now isn't he in Justin Bieber's band or one of those? No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
In fact,
he's a music producer, songwriter, director.
His
crazy
cousin is with the Gear-Up group that I am working with right now, and he's right over there. And he was the one telling me about Bernard because he came back and played, and gosh, he played with several.
Yeah. And then we also had Mark Haynes.
Professional
football player with Giants. I don't know if he played with the Redskins.
Denver too.
Yes, Denver. Yes, Denver was the other one. It's 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, I'll have one of the guys. I'll take him down to. Yeah, Harvey's were really cool. There's one other, and I'm trying to think of the. He left here. He was in one of the classes I taught. When he graduated, he left here and went down to. He's one of the big producers and stuff down in Nashville and.
Wow.
Has done extremely well.
Yeah.
But guys,
that's awesome,
enjoy.
Thank you for coming
thank
on.
you so
I
much.
didn't bend your ear too
No, please.
Perfect.
No, this is why we do this.
I hear you.
Listen to great stories and the affiliation with you with North and Jim Ricker now, and of course, definitely going to have to,
Find him.
Jim. Yeah, find Jim Ricker. I have my own. We have our own podcast, the Big Modcast. Is what we're doing here, and I just saw Coach Jim Ricker at the 100 football game, and the first thing I said is, "Hey, I need you to come in and talk to us in the podcast." So I'm glad you were able to stop by and talk to us as well.
Yeah, I was there a
you
few
have
years before him. I'm a little older.
Yeah.
But no, that was years ago.
Yeah, but no, this is awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
for coming in.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. You ready to do sign off, Dad?
Are we ready to sign off?
Yep, it's 7 now.
Is that everybody?
Yep, that is everybody. We are good. All right, Chris. All right, Pop.
I think, son, I think it went really well. I don't know.
No, there's a lot of people. I know there's a lot more people probably interested coming on that were just nervous about whether or not to do it. I know we missed a lot of stories, but I know we'll make up for it in other places.
Yeah, try to bring in some people.
Yeah.
And, hopefully, a lot of people see what we're doing and say, okay, I need to look this up. And yeah, we're going to put it out there. Of course, we're going to put it out there on YouTube. Again, Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. So everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. This was a historical moment for me being here, JC Harmon, and I would like to thank No Solutions Productions for doing this for our podcast. You know, it was awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Mark, thank you for being here with me.
Yep.
Chris, thank you for being here. Love you guys. And I guess we'll go ahead and sign off. Thank you, everybody.